Hi, I'm Todd Hunter. I'm in my office today in Eagle, Idaho, above Rembrandt's Coffee Shop, and I want to tell you about an upcoming church planting conference that we're doing in Dallas, Texas, hosted by my good friend Ron McCrary and David Roseberry at Christ Church, Plano. The dates are June 15 through 19, and I want to tell you a bit about what we're doing. If you know the Anglican mission and if you know the Anglican Initiative for Ministry, you know that we're very committed to planting churches, but not just singular churches, but churches who in the future plant other daughter churches out of them. And we're not just committed to planting churches, but these churches we're hoping will be really focused on making apprentices of Jesus who live for the sake of others. Let me tell you a bit about what we're doing and why we're doing it. If you know the Anglican mission and if you know AIM church planting, you know how committed we are to planting churches. And we're committed to this because you may not be aware that America is now the largest English-speaking mission field in the world. It's a little counterintuitive to us because most of us grew up thinking that we send missionaries to other people and to other countries, but now Rwanda and the Anglican Church there have sent us as missionaries to our country. So let me tell you a bit about what we're going to be doing. This church planting seminar will have a real focus on missional church planting. That is, to try to help people think through what does it mean to create communities of disciples of Jesus. And we want to help people think through what does it mean to think as a church planter more like a missionary than in the old school sort of way of I'm going to this town to start a brand, you know, I'm trying to start an aspect of a certain denomination or something, where we want to help people focus on really thinking more like a missionary. So we're going to really focus on principles and best practices, not so much 30 or 40,000 feet, you know, high-level conceptual stuff, but really helping people to develop skills, to do what I call engineering from the mission field backwards. That is, thinking through, exegeting, we sometimes say, your culture, and from there determining what might the Lord be calling you to do precisely with reference to your church plant. Also, there'll be a heavy emphasis on leadership, on multiplying leaders, on spiritual formation, and on structuring a church as simply as possible so that all the time, money, and energy of the people who are with you in your community don't get sucked up by church activities, but they actually learn how to live a spiritual life in their actual life for the sake of others. The other thing about this school that I think will be very helpful is that we will help you think through the Anglican distinctives in church planting. Thus, things like worship. We'll try to show you how it is that liturgical, flexible, ancient, culturally relevant worship really works today with people who are thinking through checking out church. We'll show you some approaches to evangelism that are more conversational and more body-oriented, more community-oriented, and less sort of soul-winning, you know, buttonholing people and trying to convince them about Christ that way. We'll introduce you to the three streams, historic streams of Anglicanism, of the evangelical, the sacramental, and the spiritual, and show you how those things work to create missional church plants today. We'll help guide you through the connection between Rwanda and America and where Anglican initiative and ministry and EMEA fit in the broader worldwide Anglican communion. And then lastly, we'll talk you through how the particulars of how Anglican churches govern themselves actually fit really well with church planting. A couple things to throw in here. We're working on having a couple of nationally known leaders be there with us to be sort of surprise guests. That'll be fun. So again, if you're interested, we'd love to have you. If you're thinking about church planting, the deadline for this to register is May 11th. Remember, the dates are June 15 through 19 in Dallas. $300, $150 for spouses or team members. If you'd like to know more about this, go to aimchurchplanting.org, or you can call 214-291-5021. So aimchurchplanting.org or 214-291-5021. Hope to see you there.